All right, welcome back to the 1 Point Perspective podcast. This is obviously a different setup. We obviously have to address another elephant in the room. There is no Mr. Allen. Just for those at home, he is still alive, but he is no longer taking on the role he had in the film festival. He has passed that role to myself, which has opened up my spot, and we have Nick Pick, a familiar face for those who have been part of the festival. So we just want to address that first. But welcome to 1 Point Perspective, simulcast edition. And we're going to start it off with the buzz for the movie The Door, which is brought to us by the Watermelon Crew, who last year brought us Sturgis Mergis, and who their freshman year brought us The Power of the Dodge. Yeah. And so that's Connor Murray, and Owen Alfont. We have Amara Batansis, Kara Coyne, and Ellie Boland. So yeah, pretty experienced crew. They're juniors. This is their third film made together. So, I mean, you've actually seen quite a bit of The Door.
Yeah, so last year, Watermelon wanted to do a second movie. I think both of us were like, no, that is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Eventually, they got permission to do a movie which became Sturgis Mergis. Was obviously a big movie last year. Mm-hmm. They proved us wrong. And then, so when it came to this year, I think we were both like, yeah, sure, do a second movie. Yeah. And they actually started in the fall. Yeah. So this is the only movie we've already seen a rough cut of.
Yeah, this movie, like you said, there was a rough cut that came in last week. We're recording this at the end of March. Yeah, it definitely is a movie that they started in the fall because they wanted it to be set in the fall. They wanted the foliage, they wanted that. So they started filming late October. And, like, again, Connor has kept it kind of tight. And up until that rough cut, I had not seen much of it. But everything I had seen, it was very colorful, very fall foliage, the browns and the yellows and stuff. And it was really, really cool to kind of see that versus, like, every movie we have that comes out, it's like that frozen tundra of Walpole with the dead trees. So it was nice to see a little bit of color. And it contrasted the door, which is that big blue door out front, very nicely. Now, we do have to mention that this movie is not the exact script from The Door that did not get made many years ago. This is my 11th year here, and that door was before my time.
There's another door.
Yeah, there was another door that was it was almost fully made. I actually believe it was like the due date is when it was decided it was not going to get made. Yeah. And so that idea has kind of been floating around. Mr. St. Martin, actually, who is also no longer with us, but he is still alive too. But no, he is he moved to the athletic director. Mr. Allen moved to the English department head. We're very happy for them all. But Mr. St. Martin had been really pushing, hey, we should really do The Door. We should try to do The Door again. And, Murray, we had him write a script at the end of last year, and it's turned into this film.
It's loosely based on Eyes Wide Shut, which is probably the last movie I would ever expect to get a film festival adaptation. Yeah. But he made it work. And so I was at one of their shoots last week, which might have been the biggest shoot anyone's done this year. They were at Turner Lodge. They were there for hours. Mm-hmm. They decorated. They had a whole bunch of extras. They're all there in costume. So it was very impressive. Yeah,
definitely. Again, you showed me some of that behind the scenes, like professionally done. These guys are not messing around. They show up. Everyone has their job. They show up with the props. They got there at 8 in the morning. They didn't start filming until, I believe, 4 in the afternoon. So a lot of that was all decorating all day. So it's pretty impressive.
And this is probably the darkest movie this year, probably closest to a horror movie. Yeah. So at least for that, it's definitely going to stand out.
It's definitely going to stand out because, like you just said, like the rest of them, outside of the Jackfruit movie, the rest of them are pretty much comedies, or they are comedies, not pretty much. This one's definitely going to stand out, and I'm excited to see, again, how the movie transforms from the rough cut that we just watched until the final cut that we're going to see any week now, or in the next few weeks.
The good part about him getting that rough cut done early is now we can say, all right, what can we add, what can we change, what can we do to make it better?
Yeah, Mr. Allen and I used to joke every year we come up with a brilliant idea, and it's like, how did this take 20 whatever years? And so like last year, it was the 23rd annual. We're like, how did it take 23 years to be like, you know what we should do? We should have a rough cut due date as well. And that has saved a few movies, and that's certainly been helpful. So yeah, their rough cut's coming up on the 17th of April, and right now it's the 30th of March, so 2.5 weeks about. Yeah.
All right, so what do you got for the buzz for this one?
Yeah, so for the movie The Door, which is brought to us by the Watermelon Crew, my buzz is a tall cafe Americano.
All right.
There you have it, folks. That's the buzz for the movie The Door.